I am extraordinary. My name is Lauren Steinhofer. I was born and raised in South Bend. Yeah, 25. But really, I'm like 97. That soul, you know. I have some people who can attest to that. I'm not just talking out of my ass. But I paint and I do poetry, the 2 P's of life. Yeah, I hosted my first show July 6th of 2017 at the Brick. And then just to like compare where I am now, I guess I'm doing my second show on August 15th, which is cool. But I don't know, I guess I really started painting as like an outlet, which is when I really gained momentum because I just had too much going on in my head that I had to make something out of it. So after my mom died when I was 18, but even then I didn't take it, and I'm 25 now. Yeah, so after I graduated, that's when I was like, and I have a degree in graphic design, which I do not like graphic design. Like, I can do it, and it's cool and everything like that, but I have a problem with technology, so I'd rather just stick with the physical materials, which is like paint. And now I'm introducing like 3-dimensional shapes and texture into my work, kind of whatever I can find. That's another thing that I like about my work, is that I can make something out of anything. Like, everything is a canvas, which is amazing. I've had a few shows. I just got into spoken word literally like a couple months ago, and I spoke at the Families Belong Together rally. It was cool to share the same stage as Mayor Pete. I think I should go straight for Mayor Pete. No, I'm just kidding. I messed up at a slam poetry contest. That was great. Literally walked off the stage and was like, I forgot. But it was sensitive. It was a sensitive poem, and I had never recited it before, so I was like, man, I'm just gonna go for it. And obviously I couldn't handle it. The General is actually where I practice my poetry. They're open mics on Tuesdays, because it's like, it feels like a home and you don't get judged, which is cool. I've been using my studio as a studio for probably like 3 years now, but the past 2 years is when all the paint stains arrived, you know? The reason that I paint is because I probably wouldn't be here if I didn't. It's like my escape. I mean, the world just keeps getting more and more heavy. Like, it really feels like something horrible is gonna happen every single day, and waking up feeling like that is not okay. It really is not. So this is where I get away. I mean, it's kind of strange to say, but like, I feel like my art is more of me than I am of me. It's like a way for me to say something without judgment, which is ironic, because now I've been speaking, like doing spoken word, and that all is just me like talking. Yeah, but that's very, direct. I can say what I have to say, and you can't say anything else to me, because I can just run away after I get off stage, but that's cool. But I feel a lot of people tell me that they can feel my paintings, and that is like an ultimate goal of mine, is to make someone feel something, because this world is going so numb. Like, literally, maybe it's technology, but it's desensitized. It's desensitized. The whole world is desensitized. No one gives a fuck about anything. Literally. It's always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Maybe that's our short attention spans, but I'm not with it. I'm not with it. That's not how I want to live my life. I'd rather paint every day. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do that, honestly. Yeah, because I wouldn't be here if I couldn't. Whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's so many labels. Mental illness. I don't know. I don't have insurance. I just think everyone has something that they're not sharing with the world when we could all be talking about it. And a lot of the times that's why no one feels complete happiness. You have to live your truth. You have to live your truth. And that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, the poem that I walked off of the stage on at the slam poetry contest, it was about my mom. And like I can't paint my mom. Like I've literally tried. From pictures, from memory, and I just can't do it. It's intense, man. I'm sorry. It's a different way of living. I just think it's strange that people don't talk about death. Like life and death are 50-50. Literally. You have life, you have death. You have life, you have death. And when my mom died, I realized that really quick. Because it was very sudden. Like she was 41 and she had a stroke. But it could have been prevented, from my understanding. But people don't talk about death, so I don't even think I know everything about how she died. But then again, I wonder, do I need to know everything about how she died? Because that's not what's gonna like give me closure. That's part of my journey, I feel like. And then what I find, I'm trying to share my findings. Just a lot of people look at me like I'm crazy. But yeah, so I wrote this poem, kind of like forcing people to listen to how she died, even though it was like, you know, I don't care. It's my story to tell. You show me your hand, black and blue, as you try to tie your shoe. Who knew? Who knew the seriousness of the situation sitting at the table with your worries stapled underneath? I reached for the door to board the bus to school, and I said, I love you. I said, I love you. And I am grateful to have been able to have said that, but now I combat PTSD on the daily from the thought of Emily trying to wake me to the sight of you shaking and foaming at the mouth on the ground, seizing in pain. The stain of that image is permanent on my brain, and I told Emily it would be okay. I told Emily it would be okay. But it wasn't. And I mustn't lie, but at the time, that is what she needed. A reason to keep believing and having faith. I just didn't know that blood clot was the first shot to the starting gun of death's race. Your face. Your face had traces of tears and fears leaking from your eyes. Twice an hour, your body would overpower your will to be. But I'd still reach for that black and blue hand, unable to stand. You were too weak to grab my fingers. And the sounds you made linger in my everyday behavior, but it's hard to savor any of your words when I can't remember any other sounds but those. After a week, you never rose on your own except to go where only God knows, but I guess that's how the end of every story goes. Your nose kept bleeding, probably from the hemorrhaging. And you were put in quarantine because the specialists of modern medicine were hesitant to say that their knowledge was inadequate in your time-sensitive situation. This didn't have to happen. This didn't have to happen, but it did, and it's hard to commit to that idea because I still wish you were here. Blooming flowers were placed around the interfaces of the beeping machines. They wilted with you. They dropped petals as you did levels, yet you were cut just above the temple and covered in freckles. But I couldn't nestle with you on that stretcher knowing half your skull was gone. You were covered in gauze. Maybe you held on too long. Maybe you held on too long. Even after the plug was pulled, you still tried to hold on even longer. 6 minutes to the hour, closing the window to most donations, but your eyes were someone's salvation. So with empty sockets, you had a closed coffin, and I often wonder if I'll see your eyes again. I wonder if I'll see your eyes again. Emily was 11. And I was 18, stuck in between KFC and trying to graduate. I shouldn't have taken you for granted. So many things I would have asked and done different. But nonetheless, you existed, and your persistence was admirable in an unimaginable struggle to stay alive when your body was so ready to subside. I didn't cry the day that you died. I was quiet. Quiet I was and quiet I am when I stand at your unmarked grave trying to gain a new perspective when my death perception is more vivid than most. So yeah, I'll host this field to remember that you are real and I am here because of you. Everything that you went through will will me to make you proud. You are every stranger in every crowd, and in every brushstroke that I put down, I know you're around. I found you in art, and your end was my start to living truth. So again, Mom, I will say to you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I will see you soon. I will see you soon. My name is Lauren Steinhofer, and I am extraordinary.